All right, fam. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Super excited to be here. We're going to play some of the Solstice Retreat for us, the remaining. Disfrutar ahora de 7 platillos. Este es el segundo platillo que ustedes llevan. El primero se va a preparar en el otro lado. Y nada, estamos listos para empezar. Gracias, hermano, por todo. Mucho gusto.
So this is going to be the next course for this experience, and it's one of the most loved ones. Is the ceviche leche de coco. This ceviche is just not a simple ceviche. It's one of the biggest dreams of Chef Gerardo Cornejo. With this one, he could finally blend one of the most loved places, not only in El Salvador, but also in whole Latin America, the ceviche with some of the most loved Japanese flavors. And for this night, we are going to be using curvina as the main fish, but also it's going to be covered with a mix of passion fruit sauce and masago on top. And the sauce you could see at the bottom is going to be coconut milk infusioned with jalapenos and ginger. Also for this one, we are going to be pairing with homemade yuca chips. Enjoy it.
How can my brand appear in AI search? How can I boost digital brand visibility? Introducing SEMrush One.
Yo, what's up? It's day 4 of the Solstice Retreat. Today's intention is renew. And this morning we woke up, we did our morning routines, and the VIPs recorded their podcast. We recorded 5 powerful episodes. Right now we're on our way to a community walk. After our community walk, we're gonna go to our Temazcal ceremony, which is an El Salvadorian tradition. And then in the night, we're gonna have a beautiful candlelit dinner and just bring everything back together. Stay tuned. Today's gonna be a very powerful day. Let's go. El consejo que les puedo dar es que trabajen muy duro por sus sueños. Todo lo que tú tengas en tu mente, tú también lo puedes tener en tus manos. Yo vengo de una familia pobre también. Mi mamá es de Santo Domingo y mi papá también. Y cuando nosotros comenzamos no teníamos nada, pero lo más importante fue que nosotros trabajamos duro todos los días, de lunes a domingo, hasta que las cosas comenzaron a cambiar. Eso es lo que ustedes tienen que hacer: venir a la escuela, estudiar, tener muchas preguntas, leer todos los libros, hacerte amigos de todo el mundo, porque al final del día, cuando tú comienzas a crecer tú mismo, todo puede cambiar para ti. Yo me enfoqué en mi enfoque y mi desarrollo personal, y porque yo me desarrollé yo mismo, todo creció para mí. Ahora mismo, este retiro que estamos haciendo, yo traje a todas estas personas del mundo entero. Ellos son de todos los diferentes lugares, pero los traje porque yo vine en octubre y yo quería que ellos vieran a El Salvador y todo lo que está pasando aquí para nosotros ayudar, poder darle algo a ustedes para que ustedes puedan crecer y tener más libros, más cosas que necesiten para ustedes crecer. Solo el mejor consejo que les puedo dar es que recuérdate, todo lo que tú tienes en la mente también lo puedes tener en las manos. Okay, so, si tú quieres ayudar a tu familia, si tú quieres viajar el mundo, si quieres ser un emprendedor que ayudas a otra persona y ganas mucho dinero para que tú puedas ayudar a tu familia, tú lo puedes tener, pero tienes que trabajar duro todos los días con consistencia, disciplina y todo eso. So, ese es el mejor consejo que les puedo dar. ¡Wow!
Hola, estamos aquí en El Salvador disfrutando del retiro de Morning with Neno, primera edición. Estamos muy agradecidos por Neno porque nos ha dado esta oportunidad. Una de las experiencias más impactantes para mí fue en el día de ayer. Tuvimos que hacer un hike, pudimos hacer un hike, y la parte de cuando terminó teníamos que subir y estaba un poco de fuerte, así que esa fue una de las partes favoritas porque estuve bien incómoda y normalmente me gusta estar incómoda, así que espero que puedan disfrutar de estas experiencias. Por favor, sigan a Neno si quieren compartir en un retiro como este.
Hi, my name is Susan Ramirez. I'm here in El Salvador, my father's birth country. This retreat has been amazingly special for me. It has been super rewarding, not only because it's my birthday tomorrow, but because we are in my father's homeland, my grandparents' native land, and I've never been here before. And to have a retreat that is so special to my heart, that is spiritual wellness, physical wellness, mental wellness, emotional wellness, just feels so good. I'm so thankful for Nano and the opportunity for building the Solstice Retreat and everything that he's done for us. It is top tier. It is so much fun. I can't be more grateful. And just so you guys know, I came here and I got what I prayed for. I prayed for community. I prayed for accountability. I prayed for a morning routine. And I prayed to meet beautiful people and have the most best experience for my birthday. And all my expectations were achieved and exceeded. Thank you so much, Nano. Thank you to my community, my Solstice Retreat family. I love you so much. And I can't wait to change and transform with you in 2026.
She did so much work behind the scenes. She made sure that everything was on point. She took time to communicate, build a relationship with each and every single one of you guys. She's basically a part of this retreat with us. So can we just all on the count of three say thank you, Amelie? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Amelie. We're so grateful for you. Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for making the time, the investment, and just dedicating all your energy towards this event. You guys were, honestly, I've been to so many retreats. You guys know I do a lot of retreats for my leadership groups within my network marketing company. But I can tell you guys right now, this retreat group was like nothing I've ever seen before. The bonds that you guys created while you guys were here, the energy, the love, the support, the way we pushed each other, the way we did every single activity with so much love, the amount of gratitude that you guys all have. Honestly, you guys will forever hold a very, very special place in my heart because this is my first retreat. It's almost like having your first kid, right? It's like you'll always remember those first people that supported you, that first event, that first retreat, and you guys will forever hold a special place in my heart. With that being said, guys, thank you again. From the bottom of my heart, honestly, there's really no words that I can describe to share the gratitude I have in my heart for you guys. Let's enjoy the rest of the night and safe travels to everybody back home tomorrow. I love y'all so much. Thank you. Thank you, welcome. Thank you.
What's up, family? It's your boy, Troy.
Hi, my name is Anna.
Hey guys, I'm Michaela. I'm at the first Solstice Retreat by Nano, and I feel so blessed to be here.
It has been an amazing experience.
I cannot express in words the feelings that I've been getting and the breakthroughs that I've been having.
I came here with an intention of disconnecting from my business and my everyday life, and I'm leaving here with new friendships, feeling refreshed, feeling renewed, and I feel so blessed and grateful for God for allowing me to connect with these type of people who are high level minded, and just to be a part of this type of community.
I feel so amazing. Every little thing that we did throughout this retreat, from jumping into the cold plunge to the ceremony and hiking, everything has just been so amazing.
I highly recommend that you really put it like a priority to be at the next one because it's a life-changing experience. And if you're feeling stuck right now in life, this is where you need to be able to experience that change. And sometimes we pray for God to give us that opportunity, and this is your opportunity.
So if you're looking to invest into yourself, I recommend that you invest into a wellness retreat, especially with Nano, because he knows how to run a great retreat and he has a wonderful team that helps him out. So come to the retreat when he has the next one, and let's go.
Everything has been so amazing, and I can't wait for the next time. Let's go.
Imagine being able to build an app with.
All right, guys, let's get started. I just wanted you guys to see it because I know we've been watching it over the last couple of days and stuff like that. So, we haven't been able to fully watch it, but I'm like, I'm not going to break it up. Let me just let them finish watching it just in case you guys haven't watched it. But, we're live. We're here. I want to thank everybody for jumping on today's call. I just finished up my routine. Give me some 222s in the chat box. If you finished your routine, if you've taken time this morning to work on yourself, to pour into yourself and make it a priority to, make yourself a priority, because that's what life is all about, right? Is making it a priority to make yourself a priority. And that's one of the most important things that we can do on a day-to-day basis is make ourselves a priority. So it felt good. You know, I'm currently reading the book that I'm reading, and I feel really good about just the things that I'm learning from it. It's helping me prepare for the new year. It's helping me get organized for the new year. Let me move this here. That doesn't look like it goes there. So I feel really blessed and highly grateful. I do want to let you guys know, last night I officially sent in the wire, and it is 100% confirmed that we have the next location for the next retreat, Retreats by Nano. And I'm very excited about it. I cannot wait to let you guys know where it is, when it's going to be, everything, the details. I just want you guys to know that the next one is going to be absolutely insane. And I literally cannot wait for it. After everything, we signed all contracts, everything is signed. So that's it. There is no going back right after. That's it. Like, you know, there is no going back at all after this. So I want to let you guys know it's done. My goal is to launch it next week. I'm currently working on the presentation right now as we speak. So I'll let you guys know. I'll drop a flyer and get everything ready so that we can launch it next week. Most likely it will be next week, Thursday. I'm either going to do Thursday or Friday of next week. So just stay tuned. Just wanted to give you guys a little quick update, but I am working on it. Everything is finalized. I sent the deposit in. That's it. It's a non-refundable deposit. So there is no going back now, right? Like, that's it. We confirmed it. It's ready to go. And we are 100% confirmed, and it's going to be happening next year. And I'm very, very excited for it. All right, guys. So I'll let you guys know so that way you guys are aware. But I'm thinking either next week on the 18th or the 19th. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to see what would be better. I'm thinking more the 18th because I know the Fridays people are out and about. So most likely I will shoot to do it on the 18th, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'll shoot for that time usually. I'll have everything recorded. Everything will be set up properly. I'll even create a YouTube link for it, everything, so that just in case people miss it, you guys will be able to watch it. But if people are not, listen, just so that before we get started with today's call, if you are not in the Solstice Retreat Telegram chat, if you're not in the Telegram chat, we have a Telegram chat set up just for the retreat so that you can stay up to date with all the information that's going to be happening. So is everybody in this chat, right? Just real quick, type a 1 in the chat if you're not in the Retreats by Nano chat. If you're not in it, because I know a lot of us are already in it. But put a 1 if you're not in it. Okay, what I'll do is I'll get the link for us. Let me see. I think it's here. Subscribers. Nope, wrong place. Where is that link at? Forgot where to find it. Administrators. Nope. Links. Here it is. No, it's not it. There's a place to find it. I don't remember. Click edit. I don't know how to do it on Telegram. More, no. Go to members, subscribers. No? Sheesh. It's usually there in members. You're able to share the link or participants. It should say add subscribers. No. I want to drop the link right here. Edit. No. Yeah, but it doesn't give me the option to copy link. I know there's a place to add. Just don't know. That's weird. Live stream, archive. Okay, I'll find a way. I don't want to stay too long on this, right? Leave channel, edit, info. Wanted to drop the link in here, but I guess that. So I'll just go to edits. Let me see, edit. Oh, invite link. There it is. Copy link. Boom. Thank you, Susan. All right, fire. Let me stop sharing. I'll drop the link in here. I don't know if you guys can join from there, but there it is. That's the link for everybody that wants to join. Sorry about that for the confusion. Sometimes it's a little confusing to get these things done. Give me 1 second. I got to grab a little napkin really fast. Okay, dope. Spilled a little bit of coffee here on the desk, so let me just make sure that we get it out. Okay, fire. All right, guys, so we are ready to go. Thank you guys so much. Apologize about that little miscommunication there. Wanted to make sure you guys got access to that chat because, like I said, it is officially, yeah, got to watch out with the new laptop. Can't mess it up right now, but it's good. It's solid, actually. Nothing happened to the new laptop, so we are good. Just want to make sure. There we go. That we are solid, and then boom, we're ready to go. All right, guys. So yeah, so it's officially locked in. We are ready to go, and just really looking forward to it, guys. So just stay up to date. Good things are coming, and more updates will be released, especially over the next week. So please join the link if you guys haven't, and let's get started with today's call. Today's topic is going to be a good one. It was one that I recently learned about, and today's topic is titled The 1,000 Minutes Rule. The 1,000 Minutes Rule. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering, well, Nano, what is the 1,000 Minutes Rule? And I recently learned about this because I started to understand how to leverage time more effectively. And I started to learn about this idea. Well, you know, if you think about it, we sleep for 8 hours a day, right? Assuming we sleep for 8 hours a day every single day, then what ends up happening is this, right? We're awake for 16 hours. All right. Now, if we do the math, okay, I want you guys to think about this. We do the math. In 16 hours, right? That's 1,000 minutes, right? So that's what the 1,000-minute rule did, right? So if you do, there's 16 minutes, there's 16 hours, and there's 60 minutes in 1 hour, right? So what ends up happening is this idea came from the idea that there's 1,000 minutes every day that we get a chance to take advantage of, right? Now, when you multiply 60 minutes by 16 hours, you get about 960 minutes, right? But they rounded it off to the closest, and they called it the 1,000-minute rule. And this 1,000-minute rule was something that was taught to me that revolutionized the way that I look at time. Because I want you guys to think about it like this. Imagine if, you had $1,000, all right? How much of your money is being invested into your personal growth and into productive actions, right? Would you spend $100 on something that is not going to bring you a return on investment? Would you spend $400 on something that's not going to bring you an investment, right? So when my mentor was breaking this down to me, he was letting me know, he's like, yo, every day you have 1,000 minutes. And I want you to think about it as $1,000. Where are you investing your time and your money? Where is it going? And based off of where that time and that money is going is going to be determined with the return that you're having as well. So when he gave me that perspective, it made me think about a lot of where it is that my time is going and where it is that my time is being invested. So I want to teach you guys how to use the 16. Most of us, we usually have anywhere from 16 to 17 hours a day to leverage for the most part. For the most part, we are leveraging 16 to 17 hours every single day into our schedule. Now, how can we invest that time properly?
What are we doing with those 1,000 minutes? And that's the key. All right. So let's talk about this really quick because this is important. Let's talk about point number 1 really fast. We have 1,000 minutes to reprogram our inner dialogue. We have 1,000 minutes every day to reprogram our inner dialogue. Remember, the outside is a reflection of the inside. All right. So our inner dialogue is going to determine what our outer looks like. All right. So your life moves in the direction of the conversations you have with yourself. In the Bible, it states what is it? Let me get it right. Life or death is in the power of the tongue, right? So your life moves in the direction of the conversations you have with yourself. So think about this. What kind of conversations are you having on a day-to-day basis with you? What are you speaking to yourself on a day-to-day basis? What are those conversations like? What is that silent killer like? Or do you have a silent encourager on a day-to-day basis? You see, this is something that we have to be consistently working on. Because remember, part of that 1,000-minute rule is that those 1,000 minutes that you're pouring in the right information daily into you. That's the key. Like on a day-to-day basis, your inner dialogue, there is no skipping that. Your inner dialogue is going to be determined a lot by the things that you say to yourself, because every waking minute that you are awake, every waking minute, we're either thinking about something, we're talking about something, we're hearing something. So what is going into our mind during those 1,000 minutes? What is coming inside of us? This is something that we want to be extremely aware of. We want to be extremely aware of this. All right. So here's what I want to say. When I started to learn about this information, I always tell you guys a story about how obsessed I was. And my mentor was told me, he said, Nano, no time can go wasted. I want all of us to kind of get on that same kind of obsession, right? Is the right word, where we are wasting no time. All time is being used and leveraged to your ability. And if you think about it like this, right, that 1,000 minutes can turn into 1,000 minutes of personal development. What if you can turn your whole day, even while you're working, even while you're with family, what if you can turn your whole day into some kind of personal development? Because you see, that's what it's going to take for us to change. Like right now, I do my best to always be doing something with personal development, whether I'm doing my morning routine and I'm spending time intentionally with myself, or whether I'm doing calls and I'm doing trainings and I'm working on something. At all times, I'm talking positively. Even when I'm on trainings, for example, right now, this call right here takes up 60 minutes. This is $60 of my day. But guess what I'm doing? I'm reading, I'm speaking positively, I'm encouraging. This is $60 of my day right here. Very easy, super simple. So is like, for example, these $60 are well invested, in my opinion. The amount of time that I spend on my morning routine, for example, when I'm up at 6 a.m. and I work till 10 a.m., let's say, those are 4 hours. 60 times 4 is 240 minutes. Then I do mornings with Eno for another 60 minutes. $300 of my time, 300 minutes of my time is invested in the first couple of minutes of my day. Those first $300 are well invested. Is this making sense what I'm saying to you guys right now? I need you guys to understand this is very important, right? Because remember, if there's 1,000 minutes, I want you guys to relate it like if there was 1,000 hours. So I mean, 1,000 minutes is $1,000. Where is that money going? Where is that time going? So I'm up at 6 a.m. I work till 10 a.m. And then at 10 a.m. I have mornings with Eno till So all this time in the morning, I have $300 I'm investing daily. Think about this. I'm investing $300 daily into my personal development, into my growth, into myself, into my inner dialogue. 300 out of $1,000, guys, we're talking about 30%. 30% every day. That's a good investment if you ask me. Imagine if you were investing 30% of your check into a stock, into a crypto, into something like that. Imagine. I want you guys to think about that. Imagine if you were investing 30% of your income into stocks, crypto, real estate, etc. Imagine how much more money you will have right now. I just want you guys to think about it from that perspective. So this is why the 1,000-minute rule is so key, right? Because we got to make sure that we are aware of how much of our time is being invested into the things that are going to help us grow. So the first rule states 1,000 minutes reprograms your inner dialogue. All right. So you can't ask yourself, well, can I do this? You got to tell yourself, I'm built for this. You're built for this. This is why the morning is so key. Listening to Earl Nightingale in the mornings, listening to the Bob Proctors of the world, journaling your wins, reading the books, reading the Bible, doing all these things, right? You want to get in the habit of doing these things consistently because the investment has to be worth it. That's what the 1,000-minute rule says. How much of your time and your money is being invested into you? Now, I want to ask you guys, and I want you guys to be truthful in the chat really quick. How much money are you investing into yourself on a day-to-day basis? Type it in the chat box. How much money, right? Remember, 1,000 minutes also equates to $1,000. 1,000 minutes is 16 hours out of your day. If you were to be truthful right now, how much money are you investing into your personal growth on a day-to-day basis? Let me know in the chat. I want to see some answers. I want to see some numbers. I want to see some numbers in the chat. Let me see where we at. No shame. There's no shame here at all. There's no shame at all. But I want to see it. I want to see what we're investing into ourselves. 300, about 240, 500, Ricardo. I love that. About 500, 130, $90, 4 hours, about 240, but doesn't sound like enough. I know. It puts some things into perspective. It puts some things into perspective for sure. $500, Lucky. Let's go, fam. That's good. That's half of the time. That's 50%. Okay. This is good. About 480. Right. And what I would say, look, guys, and I want you guys to know this as well. I'm not saying that all 1,000 hours have to be invested into you, because obviously personal development with no action means nothing. So there's also, time that has to be spent. I wouldn't say spent, but also invested into the actions. But what a lot of us don't understand is this. Remember, what a lot of us don't understand is this, is that even on that time, you could still be working on yourself. That's the thing. Like, we can calculate it and we could say like 400, 500, 300, 200, whatever it is. But remember, all that time that we spend talking to ourselves, all that time, for example, even this, for example, a lot of you guys have businesses, calls, conversations that you have. What if you're having conversations where you're uplifting? This is personal development. Because even though I'm not just grabbing a book and reading it, doesn't mean that it's not personal development. Why? Because I'm also teaching it. I'm speaking it. And as I'm teaching it, I'm learning it. As I'm speaking it, I'm putting it out into the world. I'm putting out the energy. So this is also personal development as well. So think about it from that perspective as well. I'm doing a bunch of calls throughout the day as well, where I'm speaking personal development. I'm speaking, etc. I'm letting people know, hey, look, we need to do this. We got to do that. We got to elevate ourselves like this. So the 1,000-minute rule is a beautiful place for all of us to understand where our time, our energy, and our money is going into. And the reason why I wanted to do the training on this specific topic right here is because going into 2026, I want you to make a minimum investment every single day of at least $200 to $300 a day into you, minimum, which is 20 to 30%. That should be the minimum investment that we should be investing into ourselves every single day, 20 to 30%. That has to be invested into us. The other 70% is dedicated to family, to work, etc. Because here's the thing let me give you guys some perspective. What about the people that work jobs 8 hours a day? That's tough. Think about it. 8 hours a day. Do the math. 60 minutes. 8 times 60. What is it? 480. 480 hours. Oh my God. So much time. We only have 1,000 minutes a day. We only have 1,000 minutes a day. 480 go towards someone who's working a full-time job, 8 hours. So what I always tell my students and my people that ask me, yo, Banano, I always tell people, go to work with an intention. Go to work with an intention to grow, to help others grow, to inspire, find a way. For example, Jab Fit 9891, she's working right now, but guess what? She's on Mornings with Nano. So they're finding a way that even though they're at work, to pour into themselves. All right. There's people that are working on this call right now. Who's working on this call? Give me a 3 in the chat if you're working on this call right now. I just want to see my real ones that take the time out of their job and work right now. Right. Let me see my people that are currently at work listening in. Man, shout out to you guys. My brother John, Alexis, Catalan, Altagracia, Jab Fit, Becky, Ruby, Mansa, Limit, Junior, Anaya, Bam Bam, Eunice, Paul. Thank you guys. You see, I respect that. Because you see, you know what that tells me about every single one of you that just put a 3 in the chat? That you understand, hey, I'm at work. And look, you may have not known this. You may have not known what I'm covering right now. But like I just said, if you're working 8 hours a day, 8 times 60 minutes in an hour, 8 hours that you work, that's 480 minutes of your day. We only have 1,000 minutes. Assuming we only have 1,000 minutes, that's 50%, not including traveling to and from work as well. But the good thing is that you guys are saying, well, this is my current situation at this time right now. I got to work because I got to provide for my family. I got to pay the bills and I got to do what I got to do. And I respect that. I'm not talking down on jobs. I respect more the fact that you guys take the time to jump on and learn. Because you're saying, you know what, even though I'm in this situation, I'm going to start working and finding ways while I'm at work to pour into myself. I'm going to find times while I'm at work to listen to something positive. I may not be in the environment that I want to be in, but Mornings with Nano provides a good environment. And for everybody that's watching the recordings, thank you for watching the recording. Thank you that even though you can't hop on the call, you're still taking time after work to jump on and listen to this. Because guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but yeah, on this call, we get a couple hundred people that hop on, but then we also have a couple hundred people that watch after that are not on the call. Just yesterday's call has over 400 views already, which means we have over 400 people that watch these calls daily. So I want to shout you guys out and I want to let you guys know, thank you. Thank you for hopping on the call. Thank you for making it a sacrifice. And that's the reason why now it's like I say, it's a temporary sacrifice for a permanent gain in the future. Temporary sacrifice for a permanent gain in the future. And that's what's going to happen. You're making that sacrifice. You're jumping on while I work. You're jumping on after work. All right. But this is important. All right. And we need to understand that. So point number one is understanding that. Now, number two, and this is key, 1,000 minutes creates a new self-image blueprint. That's point number two. Number two states 1,000 minutes creates a new self-image blueprint. What do I mean by that? Well, self-image is not who you are, it's who you think you are. You can spend the next 1,000 minutes of your next upcoming days doing intentional work to create the new version of yourself that you think you're going to be. You got to think about this. Who do you want to be? We talk about this a lot, the self-image. I want you guys to start showing up differently going into 2026. How does the millionaire version of you walk? How does he or she talk? How does he or she dress? How does he or she lead? How does he or she handle adversity? In 1,000 minutes, your brain will start to begin to treat you as the way you treat yourself. Show up to work differently. Wake up differently. Talk differently. Dress differently. Lead differently, handle adversity differently. Start to change the way that you view yourself. Start to do everything with more intention. How do you wake up? What's your intention when you wake up? How do you lead others? Change the way that you lead others. How do you talk? Not just to others, but how do you talk to yourself? How do you talk publicly? How do you promote yourself on social media? This is all important. How do you dress? Right? I always like to dress nice, right? Yeah, I'm on the call right now and I got my hoodie on, etc. But I always, outside of this, I like to have nice suits. Literally, I was on the call with my guy yesterday. I said, yo, I need at least 4 new custom suits going into 2026. I need some new suits because I'm stepping into another version of myself. I'm going to be speaking on more stages. I'm going to be doing more social media content, right? I need some more new suits. So I'm like, yo, I need a black one. I need a navy blue one. I need different suits. Let's start putting in these orders now. So come 2026, I got my new suits because I know that's something that I need. Why? Because I got to be dressing like the future version of myself. Christmas is coming around. Think about these things, right? People are going to be gifting you things. Instead of asking for things that aren't going to bring you much value, why don't you ask for something that's going to change the way you look at yourself? Right? Get a nice suit, get a nice dress. Get something that's going to change the way you view yourself. All right? Yeah, invest into books. Invest into mentorship. Ask for the deposit for the retreat that's coming up that will be happening next week. All right? That retreat is going to sell out like this. And if you want to be there, you're going to have to, it's going to become first come, first serve. And there's hundreds of people that are interested. And I can only take probably like 25. Think about it. There's hundreds that want to go, but only 25 qualify because I only have about 25 spots for this retreat. But don't worry, there's going to be more, right? We're going to do another one in September and we're going to do another one in December. So if you can't make the first one, then there'll be more down the road. But just things to think about, right? So invest into you. One of the, I always tell people this idea, right? And I don't recommend nobody to do this because I don't want to be the one that said, yo, well, Nano told me to do it, so I'm going to do it. But back when I was starting my entrepreneurship journey, I used to be the person that I was always dressed like I was a kid from the hood. Truth be told, I was just always dressed in t-shirts, ripped jeans, sneakers, and I would go to events like that. I would speak on stage like that. Like I was somebody that was working towards being a professional, but still dressing like a hoodlum, like a kid from the hood, right? Until somebody once told me, they were like, Nano, you have to dress like you want to be addressed. And you got to talk like you want to be addressed as well, bro. You can't be out here talking like you're on the corner of your block. You can't be out here dressed like if you're chilling on the streets. You need to change. So I remember at the time I had a credit card, and Bank of America at the time had given me a credit limit of, I think it was like $5,000, and I hadn't really used it much. And I remember I took that $5,000 and I invested it all into Nano, all of it, but not into like BS. Like, I invested it into books. I went to, at the time, I used to shop a lot at Macy's, right? So I went to Macy's and I bought like 3 or 4 suits. I remember I bought a black one, I bought a navy blue one, and I bought a gray one, and there was another color suit that I bought. Bought all suits with shirts, everything. I bought shoes, black shoes, brown shoes, all these different things. I got them tailored, made them look nice, the whole 9. And now I went from, I had invested the money, right? And now, I was in debt. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to be successful. So I'm going to pay this money back one way or another. I don't mind sending a little $100, $150 payment a month to start paying it off. But I got to change the way that people view me. If I'm going to promote myself as a 6-figure earner, if I'm going to promote myself as someone who's successful, I got to change the way that I'm looking at myself. I got to change it. And I did. Honestly, I did. And it worked. It worked. But I had to work on me. All right. And that's what I want you guys all to understand. I had to change my self-image. And I would work on that daily. And the thing was, my self-talk was also key. Because I would walk and I would catch myself doubting myself. Change it. No, you're great. You're amazing. You're a leader of leaders. I would catch myself worrying financially. No, Nano, you have more than enough money. You're blessed. You're fortunate. Money flows to you abundantly. You have more than enough money. And it was this constant self-talk of working on me over and over and over and over and over and over again. I have a book right here, this one. Always recommend this book. What to say when you talk to yourself. What to say when you talk to yourself. Massive game changer. Huge, huge, huge game changer for me. Because it taught me the things to say to myself when I talk to myself. It taught me the destructive words that I use on a day-to-day basis that bring me down. So we got to keep this in mind. You got to work on the self-image every day. Your self-image is something that you work on daily. Because here's the thing about the morning routine. The morning routine is the time you spend with yourself daily. But then remember, you got to spend time with yourself for the rest of the day. And it's those moments when you're in the car, while you're walking, while you're sitting at home, while you're in the gym, while you're at work. Those are the moments where you have to do the personal development. Personal development isn't just picking up the book and reading it. Personal development is you throughout the day catching yourself doing things that don't align with the image of the person that you want to be and shifting it. That's the real work right there. And I feel like that's where a lot of people miss that. It's you catching yourself in the process of doubting yourself, in the process of thinking something that doesn't align with the person that you want to be and changing it and overcoming it and seeing yourself, I shouldn't be social media scrolling right now. Let me grab a book and read. It's catching yourself in the middle of listening to music. Damn, bro, I've been listening to music for the last 30 minutes to an hour. You know what? Let me throw on a podcast. It's sitting there. You know what, man? I feel so stressed right now. And I don't want to keep feeling like this. You know what? Let me take a 5-minute break. Let me take a 10-minute break and let me meditate. Let me meditate. Let me open up a Mornings with Nano call. Let me see if he has a training that I can listen to in the meantime. Let me pray. Let me pray to God. It's catching yourself in those moments. Oh man, I feel tired this morning, but I want to stay in bed, but I know I need to be in the gym. Let me get to the gym. It's those moments that's where the personal development really happens, guys. Yes, the writing in the journal is great. Yes, reading the books are great. Yes, the Bible studies and all of that is great and it's needed. But that's the foundation. The personal development happens throughout the day. That's where it really happens. Is you catching yourself in the process of saying words like I can't or I try and shifting it. I always catch myself. The other day I caught myself saying, yo, I can't do this. And I said, yo, I just said the word I can't. No, I can. I can do this. I can be, do, or have anything that I want in life. Because I know I'm not supposed to be saying those words. So it's those moments catching yourself and shifting it. And because if you're not aware, the lack of awareness is going to continue to you to do that, right? If you're not aware that you shouldn't be listening to music all the time and listening to a podcast instead, then you're always going to keep listening to the music, right? If you're not aware of the thoughts that you're having that are holding you back and you just keep repeating them, then they're just going to keep being repeated over and over and over and over again. The reason why I'm able to catch these thoughts, these actions, these things that are happening to me is because I am so positive. I am so positive with myself that when negative thoughts or anything that doesn't align with the image I'm creating comes in, everything changes. You know, yesterday I'm on a call with my mentor. And he's talking to me about self-image. He's talking to me about it. He's like, you know what everybody's biggest problem is, Nano? And I was like, what is it? He was like, people's self-image. He said, people have everything. People got all the books. They got all the information, all the resources. Just people are not working on their self-image. And I'm like, yo, what do you think is the solution? He's like, well, look, this is what I'm doing nowadays. He said, bro, I wrote a book. I'm like, what you mean? He said, bro, I wrote a book about my self-image, about the person I want to be. He said, I went on ChatGPT and I started writing and I wrote down my future image of where I live, the car I want to drive, who I am, my confidence, my discipline, how I'm leading, what I'm doing for my family. He said, I wrote a book about it. I went on ChatGPT. He said, there's a GBT that is for books, for authors. I plugged that whole thing in there and I had it write basically a book about my future self-image. I'm like, yo, this is freaking brilliant as he's telling me. So I'm listening to this and he's telling me this and he's like, yo, every morning now I read that. So think about it. He wrote a book. It's not like a 50-page book. It's probably like 5-10 pages, whatever it is. But he wrote a book about his future self-image. He had it revised. He had it intentionally created it. I'm going to do it too. I swear, I'm giving you guys a sauce. I haven't even done it yet, but I'm giving it to you guys. He created it. I don't know the name of the GBT. I haven't got that far yet, Troy. So I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. But you first got to create the story, obviously, first, right? Like you need the story first. So he created the story. Then he went into the GBT and he plugged it in, had it edited, enhanced, etc. Boom, 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 boom. And yeah, he has a book now on his future self-image, right? And now every morning he's reading that. I wake up here, I make this amount of money. My life is like this. Boom, 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 boom. And think about that. What is he doing? Feeding his mind, feeding his conscious, feeding his subconscious every day with that future self-image. What is that? Inner self-talk, inner dialogue. Imagine if you have that now available to you. You can have it as an ebook style. He's gotten to the point where he already has it printed out in a pamphlet and he wakes up and reads it all the time. What is he doing there? Working on his self-image. These are the things that mentors and people that understand this information, they're doing. That's why I say to all of us, like, are we really doing everything we can to change our situation? This is somebody that's already successful. This is somebody that has already earned multiple 6 and 7 figures. And he is still doing this information, still doing it. I'm like, yo, today at some point, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write out my full story. Because I've journaled it, but the journals are 1 page, 2 pages max. He said, bro, write it out all. From the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep. What is Nano's dream life like, bro? And include everything from your health to your family, to your finances, to your businesses, everything, bro. Just everything that you could think out about the places you're going to travel. Like, remember, this is your future. There's no failure. Failure does not exist. So write it down from the perspective that it's already yours. You are already living there. Think about every possible place and scenario and everything and write it all down. So, and with positive intent, exactly. And from the perspective that it's already yours. Remember, think about your finances, think about your relationship with God, think about your family, your future kids, your wives, you're not your wives, but your wife, your husband, like everything. And just write it. I would recommend typing it. I'm not gonna write it. I'll probably write it after, but I'm gonna type it this time because I usually just write it. And write it. What's your business like? Remember, failure isn't an option. So don't write it from the perspective, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. No. You can do everything. You can have every car, whatever car you want, you can have it. You can have that dream home. You can have that. You can go to those locations. You can travel first class to these places. You can visit the 50 countries you want to visit. You can retire your family. You can buy your mom and dad that house. You can give back to charities. You can start your own business. What's your dream business you want to start? Write it out. Write these things out. And then, like I said, let's publish it. And right there, you have your dream life in a book. And it don't have to be this kind of book. Remember, this is not a book that you're going to be giving away or selling. This is your book of your future life. Of your future life. Write it out. And then read it to yourself every morning. It could be 5 pages. Imagine if every day you woke up and you read 5 pages of your future dream life to the point where you convince yourself that it's yours. Because that's what he was telling me on the call. He said, Nano, you got to get yourself to the point, bro, where you are reading this to yourself every day. You are seeing yourself living in it every day until your spiritual reality becomes your physical reality. Until your spiritual reality becomes your physical reality. And you have to live in that constantly. And we don't know the time and we don't know the how. But if you do it every day, through the good, through the bad days, through the character building days, like I said, remember yesterday, the straight line, until the breakthrough happens, it'll happen for you. Man, let me tell you. Like Ricardo said, the easiest thing is to make $1 million. The hardest thing is believing you can do it. It's that belief. That is going to teach you the belief. Every day, imagine every day you start your day reading your dream life. Yo, I'm reading my dream life, bro. Wow, look at where I wake up. Look at the car I drive. Look at the money I make. Look at how beautiful my family is. Look at how healthy I am. Look at how in love I am with myself. Look at, I have my future dream body. I look good. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I'm vibrating at the highest level possible. Money flows to me in abundance. I'm giving back. Money is not an issue. I lack nothing. I travel to the most beautiful locations in the world, first class. I stay at the 5-star resorts. Money is not a problem. Give me the presidential suite for me and my family. I drink the finest wines. I eat the finest food at only Michelin star restaurants. I fly privately. Life is amazing. My businesses are thriving. I'm helping others grow. My relationship with God is the best that it's ever been. I'm serving him at the highest purpose possible. I'm bringing more people closer to him. I'm saving people. God is proud of me because of the person I've become, and I've become one of his most loyal and most servant leaders. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm living my dream life. My family's living their dream life. I'm married to the woman of my dreams, the man of my dreams. I'm healthy. Speak that, guys. That can be, guys, remember, whatever you speak, you will bring about. Whatever you believe will become your reality. Why do we drain ourselves thinking about a reality that we don't want to live? We drain ourselves thinking about our problems. We drain ourselves thinking about the lack of money. We drain ourselves with disinformation. But remember, the same way that we can drain ourselves is the same way that we can fill ourselves up with our dreams. It takes the same effort. It takes the same effort for you to think about your problems or think about your dreams. Right now, I could choose, hey, let me think about my problems. I got this problem and this problem and this problem, and I'm worried about this and I'm worried about that, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the same effort that I would dedicate to those things, I can be like, yo, I'm living my dream life. I live in abundance. God, I am one of God's disciples. Everything works in my favor. Everything I touch turns to gold. I lack nothing. Abundance is my birthright. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am full of gratitude. I am healthy. I am happy. I am living my dream life. I have the body of my dreams. My emotional intelligence is at an all-time high. Look at the vibration. Look at the difference. Guys, you have to be like this. I know this sounds crazy, but this is how you have to think and speak and dress and literally like put it in the world. This is how you got to be talking to yourself. This is how it works. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. It's in the Bible. Don't take it from me. Take it from the man himself. He told us already. It's a proverb in the Bible. Book of wisdom. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So we got to start creating that new self-image. Who do you want to be in 2026? Speak that. And anything that doesn't align with that, remove it, reject it. That's not my reality. You know, I get made fun of all the time. My friends make fun of me all the time because there's this thing that I always say, because whenever somebody tells me something that doesn't align with my reality, I say, that's not my reality. and they make fun of me because of it, but they don't understand that I don't accept anything in my reality that doesn't align with me. So if you say something to me that I don't agree with, it's not my reality. I don't accept that into my reality. And sometimes I say it out loud, but sometimes I say it to myself. That's not a part of my reality. I don't accept that. I don't. I'm sorry. It's like I said, it's those little moments. It's not a part of my reality. You call me something that doesn't align with me, it's not a part of my reality. When somebody around me is talking and they're saying, oh, but I don't have the money, I may not say something to them, but in my mind, I'm saying that's not a part of my reality. I have more than enough money. Thank you, God. Abundance is my birthright. Money flows to me abundantly. I'm crazy like that. I hear people say things and naturally my mind, boom. Wait, I heard the word, I can. I will. I am successful. I am wealthy. When I hear people doubt themselves, I remove it. I reject that. Oh, I don't know if we could do this. I know we can do this. I'm going to try to do this. No, I am going to do this. I'm always working on me. I am always working on me every day. You see, you guys said, oh, 300, 400. Bro, I'm working on me all 1,000 minutes. All 1,000 minutes I'm working on me. My morning routine is $300, but I'm working on myself. All $1,000 are invested back into me. And I know this may sound crazy to the average person, but this is what it takes, fam. To get to where we want to go to, this is the kind of work that it takes. You have to literally be obsessed every single day, Monday through Sunday, with becoming a better version of yourself. Because here's the thing, if you're not obsessed, then you're going to be accepting the whack-ass reality that you don't want to live instead. Because I was there. So it was either I was obsessed or I was average. You have to choose. Let me know in the chat, are you going to choose average or obsessed? Because I remember those days when I had to make the choice. Am I going to choose to be average or am I going to choose to be obsessed? And listen to me. Most people are not going to understand it. I got called extra and people were like, bro, you're doing too much and blah, 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 blah. No, bro, I'm obsessed. I'm sorry. I am obsessed. I'm obsessed with the version of myself I want to be. And that's what it takes. It takes that level of obsession. And that's the level of obsession that I want all of us in 2026 to develop. That level of obsession. And to finish up here, point number 3 says this: 1,000 minutes of personal development breaks mental patterns that hold you back. Literally, that's exactly what we're talking about. Most people are not stuck because of the lack of skill. People are stuck because of the old programming. 1,000 minutes a day is enough time to disrupt the old habits and the old stories that keep you small. And make those 1,000 minutes full of affirmations, rewire those statements, create those stories. All right, get rid of those past beliefs, get rid of those traumas. Find a way to heal those traumas that we have inside that come up every once in a while. Be okay with them. They made you who you are today. And look, I know we all went through different traumas. I get it. But I don't, because some people have deeper traumas than others. But start to learn how to heal those traumas. Find ways to become accepting and embracing what it was that happened to you, whether it was a heartbreak, whether it was something, whether it's somebody you got to forgive. Just start letting those emotions and those thoughts that are disruptive and just start to accept them for what they were. Accept them for what they were. Hey, they taught me a lesson. Or I needed that to happen to me for me to develop this level of character or this level of patience. Whatever it was, right? Obviously, I don't know everybody's situations or circumstances or traumas, so I'm not going to downplay it because I know some people have gone through some really dark times. But all I do know is that you can self-talk your way into a moment or into a situation where you feel more accepting of it all. And you can look for the positive in the situation instead of all the negative that did happen to you. Because even though I may not reflect with certain people's traumas, but I have also gone through tough times as well, right? And tough times bring the same emotions, which are stress, depression, anxiety, all different circumstances, same emotions, right? So someone may have gone through this, but I went through this, but guess what? We experienced the same emotions, which was stress, sadness, etc. So I know the feeling. I know what it feels like. So what I'm explaining to us is, let's learn how to embrace it, learn from it. It's part of your story now. Leverage it. Find a way to heal, forgive it. And let that not be a part of your story anymore. Let that not be a part of your story anymore. You forgave, you healed, Now this is the new version of you. People don't need, nobody knows you anymore. You're not the same old version of you that you once were. You're new now. You're healed. This is important. Guys, I had to heal. When my baseball career came to an end, I had to heal from that. It was 15 years of dedication and hard work that I dedicated to that sport. It took me years to heal and accept that it was over. You know how hard that was? Different circumstances, but that was heartbreaking. And I had to learn to come to the acceptance of, hey, that was part of my story. It was part of my story. I learned so much from it. Now, this is the way God designed it. God designed it this way. I gave it my all. I could walk away from it knowing I gave baseball everything. I had a shoulder injury, for those that are wondering. I had a season-ending shoulder injury that took my chances of becoming pro away, which put me in a tough position because I had worked so hard for it for so many years. And to let not only myself down, but my family, my little brother, it was hard. It was hard. But I had to heal from that. And for years, it held me back because it was the thought of, well, what if? Or what if I would have never got her? And, you know, my parents are not proud of me anymore, and they're probably disappointed in me. But it took for me to heal. It took for me to let go. It took for me to accept God's journey in my life. I was mad at God. Like, yo, God, why me, bro? Like, I never cheated, God. Like, this was our dream. You feel me? Like, but God had other plans. God had other plans. And I had to understand that. There you go. I saw it firsthand when you graduated. There you go. And that's crazy that you saw it, because that was 2016 that I graduated. That's literally about to be 10 years. 10 years. But then, guess what? I healed. I accepted. And I became a better version of myself. And then look, here I am. Look at me speaking on stage back there. Look at that. I'm on stage speaking. Now look at who I've become. Look at the leader I've become. But look, baseball's still a part of me, because look, I still keep it around me. I still love the game. Like, I love baseball. If you look around, I got baseballs all over my office. Look, I have them all over my office. I have them up there as well. You could probably see a couple of them. I love them. I've embraced that this is a part of my story. I love it. I'm grateful for it. Now, it didn't work out the way that I was supposed to, but it ended up happening. My guy Jab, from G-Dubs to Western Oklahoma to St. John's. You know my story. Who are you, by the way, bro? Damn, you know a lot about me. I don't know. I can't tell by the Instagram, by the username, but you know a lot about me, bro. That's fire. But that's what it's all about. Like, I had to learn to embrace it, but I had to work on me. And it was that daily work. Daily work, daily work, daily work, daily work, daily work. And that's the game changer. And I know I talk about this, but that's the key. And then the last point I want to make, number 4, is that 1,000 minutes builds the identity of someone who grows daily. 1,000 minutes builds the identity of someone who grows daily. You should be known as somebody that grows daily. When people look at Benny, when people think of Ricardo, when people think of Alexis, Susan, Sophia, Ruby, the Grants, Junior, Bam Bam, Isa, Lucky, John, Jane, Anna. Who else? I think I said Susan already. Wayne, Boogie, Tay, Jab. When people think of you, they should know you as somebody that is growing. They should know you as a person who grows daily. Yo, that person is always working on themselves. That's what you're known for. That's your identity. if you think about it, what do you think people think of me when they see me? Act like you didn't know me. What do you guys think people say about me for the people that just see me on Instagram, etc.? What do you think people most know me for? On if you were to just take a guess, right? Personal development. Personal development and mindset are probably the two things that people identify me with, which is all the same thing, personal development and mindset. But it's crazy because I was telling this to somebody the other day. They was like, bro, but you know, we want you to come out here and do some mindset stuff. Is there anything else that you do? I'm like, bro, I do so much other things. It's crazy. But it's because people know me as the personal development guy because that's all I've basically put myself out there for. I've been known as that guy, but I'm like, yo, I'm great at sales. I'm great at leadership. I'm great at this. I'm great at all these other things. But people know me as the personal development guy. And that's good. You know why? Because I'm known as somebody that grows daily. I'm known as somebody that you can come to help you grow, to help you elevate, to help you become the best version of yourself. And the good thing about it is that I'm authentic with it. I don't fake it. I tell people how it is. And that's the key. So be known as somebody that grows daily in your own way. Find a way to do it. I'm telling you, it's going to be absolutely life-changing. All right, guys. So that's the 1,000-minute rule. We have 1,000 minutes in a day. Make sure that you are leveraging those 1,000 minutes. And remember, 1,000 minutes also, I want you to think of it as $1,000. How much of your money is being invested back into you? And guess what? If you can invest all $1,000 a day into you, do it. Just because you're at work doesn't mean you can't invest into you. Remember, while you're at work, you can talk to yourself. You can write things down. You can do affirmations. You can talk to others. While you're in the car, while you're at home, while you're in the shower, while you're in the park, while you're on the train, find ways to become obsessed and be okay with being obsessed and be unapologetic about being obsessed. Be unapologetic about it. Yo, I am obsessed with being the best version of me. That's what this is all about. All right, guys. So that is the 1,000-minute rule. Stay with it. Go out there and invest. Invest into you today. Think about everything I said today and go out and invest into you. All right, my family. So I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. If you guys got value from today's call, give me some 444s in the chat box. Again, thank you. Thank you so much for the love, the support, and everything that you guys do. I'm always very, very grateful for everything that you guys do because obviously this family has a very, very, very special place in my heart. And I can never express enough gratitude for all the amazing things that you guys do. So where can you watch this live? Come on YouTube, type Mornings with Nano, and you'll be able to get it. So you guys can be able to tap in. Again, guys, I've been promoting this, obviously, so I'm gonna promote it again just in case you haven't. But the recap video for the for the Solstice Retreat is officially out. If you haven't watched it, please take the time to do so. Go to YouTube, Solstice Retreat, El Salvador, so you guys can watch it, learn a little bit more about it. I'm gonna be releasing the next retreat here very, very soon. So if you guys want to see more about what happened, leave a comment, like the video, share with your friends, family members, let them know like, yo, this is a retreat I want to go to next year. I want to be a part of the community. I want to meet people in person. That's what this is all about, because the goal is here for me to take all of you guys that are here, and I want to turn I want to turn the screen savers, or what is it called? The usernames. I want to turn those usernames into relationships. Like, that's what I want to do. Like, I see you guys, but I want to turn these into relationships. I want to know you personally. I want to know your story. I want to know who you are. I want to know how I could truly help you. I want to share an experience with you that we'll never forget. That's more valuable than money or any of those things. That's what life is all about. Let's turn those usernames on YouTube and on Instagram. Let's get off of the screens and let's spend intentional time together in 2026. Let's do it. Now, is it going to cost something? Of course, but life is all about investing. And remember, money is energy. We have more than enough money. You got to start living like the future version of yourself. I can't wait for you guys to see where we're going in 2026. The location I chose is high level. You're going to, the place that I chose has butler service, has chefs, maids, everything for us. We're going to be living our dream life at the retreat, traveling to the most beautiful beaches of the world. You got to start giving yourself the experience, fam. So just keep that in mind, all right? So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. But with that being said, that wraps up today's call. Sorry that I went a little bit over here today. I had to start a little late because YouTube wasn't allowing me to go live. I kind of had to change a couple things and reset it and everything. So that's why we started a couple minutes late. But we're here. We're blessed. I have a call in 5 minutes. So just a quick little prayer. Today, I'm going to just say thank you. And just let God know that we are just thankful. So just a quick prayer, everybody, bow your heads and let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so grateful for you waking us up on this beautiful Thursday morning. We feel so blessed and so fortunate to be aligned with you, God, and walk in this path with you. And we feel so good because now we understand what it is that we got to do on a day-to-day basis to spend more time with you, more time with ourselves, and to start working on our self-image, Father. So thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your love, for your protection. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for forgiving us. Thank you for washing us clean of all the things that are not serving us. Thank you for this family. Thank you for this community. Thank you for the abundance of money that's flowing to us. Thank you for our health. Thank you for our families. Thank you, God, for it all. There's so much to be thankful for, but we want you to know that our hearts are full of gratitude. And today we don't want to ask for anything. Today we just want to say thank you, God. So we're blessed. We're excited, and everything that we do is for your glory and for your praise, God. We love you and we appreciate you. In God's name we pray. Amen, amen, amen. Let's go. Sometimes we don't have to ask. Sometimes we just got to be thankful. And today we don't got to ask because we're blessed and we're living our dream lives. Yo, start telling yourself that. Yo, we're living our dream life. We are living our dream life. Convince yourself of it. It may not look like it. It may not seem like it right now, but it's what you hold in your mind that eventually you can hold in your mind. You can hold it. Sorry, if you hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. And that's the name of the game. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Be grateful because we are living our dream life. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, 10:30 a.m. And let's have a blessed day. We're living our dream life. Let's go.